Today I am here to inform you all about the potential risks and hazards that I have found on my tour of Happy Valley High School, specifically their baseball field. Upon arrival, I kind of just noticed that this venue needs a facility audit. Um, you can see it driving on the highway, heading towards Elizabethton, and just by the looks of it, at a quick glance, it needs some major renovations here. Um, I will start off with parking. Parking is a major issue when I first got there. It's The field is kind of located below the high school, upon or down below a big hill, and it's a gravel road. Well, first it's kind of separated into a road that's paved, and then it goes into gravel. But going into the gravel part, I noticed that my car was scraped a little bit. It scraped the ground, but it seems like you need almost some sort of four-wheeler or all-wheel drive to get to the baseball field, which is not a good sign at all, because any uh, any car that sits low to the ground will definitely be scraped. And also, this driveway is full of rocks, and that's just a major issue in itself. Definitely be wearing shoes if there's any children around that attend these baseball games with their parents that watch their older siblings. Then they definitely need to be careful and not horse playing around, because this will propose a major hazard if they fall and scrape themselves up. A solution to this problem, there's really not enough space to expound the parking area. Though they might be able to pave over the gravel. That's about all they can do as far as parking goes. This will bring me to my next point. After I left my car, the batting cages. Um, this is huge, especially regarding safety of others and other teammates and just spectators in general. The batting cages, they have holes in them. By holes, I mean the netting that surrounds the batting cage. There is no visible L screen. An L screen is a device that the pitcher hides behind when they're throwing batting practice to a hitter. And the columns that hold the batting cage up are old, and they're chipping and rotting a little bit. This is a major hazard, because especially with the holes, because if a ball comes flying off the bat at 90 plus miles an hour and it gets through that hole, it can definitely injure somebody. And baseball injuries they're not fun, especially if you take it to the head. But it's a simple solution. Just replace the net. Buy an L screen, and also replacing those metal, or replacing the wooden columns with metal columns, as there's less upkeep in trying to maintain them and replace them out. The next subject that I noticed was the field and behind home plate. Yes, there is an elevated fence behind home plate, but I believe that this fence also needs a safety net on top of it. Foul balls, they're plentiful in a single game. These foul balls coming off the bat around 90 plus miles an hour, they will always find their way around a metal fence. They definitely need to have a net above the metal fence. It's a simple solution, trying to minimize the risks here, but just get a net, and that way these foul balls won't be flying all over the place. They won't be hitting any vehicles. They won't be proposing a threat to the spectators that watch. Um, this will bring me to my next point. Seating. I only found one pair of bleachers out of the whole area. Spectators are normally standing, um, and I wouldn't want to sit on these bleachers anyway. Uh, the the seats, the benches, they are rotting. They're old. They have mildew on them, nails sticking up, and they are cracking. Looks like maybe some termites might have gotten on a few of them. But yeah, these are some bleachers I do not want to sit in or have anyone else sit in them because they're sitting there and someone might just go and sit down. Especially again in regards to children, they don't know any better. They'll sit down and oops, they're going to sit on a nail. And also the support for these benches, they're rusted, and it's I wouldn't want anyone being around there if they hadn't had any other their shots, um, especially contracting some disease from the rust that these steel beams support the benches on. Um, as I made my way past the bleachers, I noticed that the bullpen on the visitor side is really close to the foul line and is pretty much in play almost. I know a lot of other baseball fields still have the bullpen inside the field, but I believe that this is a major issue, especially in regards to foul balls. Again, uh, um, um, people aren't paying attention, especially when they're warming up to getting ready to go into the game. A foul ball, a line drive, or anything a high fly ball, collisions with the outfielders. These are major risks in regards to having a bullpen inside the field. I believe that this bullpen should be placed outside the field, outside the fence, at least someplace away where there can be no collision or no direct impact of a foul ball. I know at baseball fields, foul balls, they're all over the place, and you just have to be aware of your surroundings. But this is a major issue. There have been numerous amounts of outfielders colliding with people in the bullpen, as well as foul balls hitting people in the bullpen. I believe that this bullpen should be placed outside the fence. That way, that we can limit the hazards of a collision. It might not limit so much of a foul ball, but it's just up to awareness for this. Um, and while inspecting this venue, I noticed that the dugouts are kind of inhabitable or inoperable, I should say the least. Ceilings look like they're made of some sort of balsa wood or just some tiles just placed on top of it to protect them from the rain or something. Um, they're not really sturdy. I'm not sure if they're nailed in there, but I believe that these should be replaced with a metal roofing instead. It's another simple solution to limit the hazard of the ceiling falling, rotting, collapsing, anything, because weathering will affect this wood. It's not very sturdy to be a roof. Also, the benches, as you can see in the photo over in the back right, that the benches are indenting, they are cracking, and they're splintering. Also, looks like there might be a little bit of nails sticking up as well. If you have one of your players, especially as a coach, a player coming in and sitting on a nail or breaking the bench and then furthermore injuring himself, then this is a major hazard right here. These benches should be taken out and replaced with a metal bench that they have kind of like the CPA does, and other other venues that have these metal benches. I know some football fields have them. My football team has my football team back at high school had them. They used them, and they worked perfectly. Especially playing baseball too. We had them as well in the dugouts. They worked a whole lot better than these wooden benches that break, crack, and do whatever pretty much. But these are some of the initial hazards that I have found, and that is about it. They're really simple solutions, and that's it.